You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks. A former employee, 19 years old, went to a FedEx facility last night in Indianapolis, killing 8 people, wounding a number of others. Man, talk about an absolutely tragic story. The folks and people are complaining because FedEx employees are not allowed to have personal cell phones, and people say that could have actually saved some lives. This is a statement released today by FedEx Chairman Fred Smith. It is with a heavy heart that I write to you regarding the tragedy that occurred at our FedEx Ground facility in Indianapolis last night. While it will take some time to fully understand what happened, we know we lost 18 members in this senseless act of violence. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest sympathies to the families, friends, and co-workers of those team members. Our priority right now is in responding to the situation on the ground and helping our team members and law enforcement. We have a team on site in Indianapolis to provide support, and we're making counselors available. This is a devastating day, and words are hard to describe the emotions we all feel. Please keep the Indianapolis team and surrounding community in your thoughts and prayers as we continue to support and care for each other in the difficult days ahead. Again, the authorities said the suspect arrived at the facility, got out of his car real quick, began to fire shots, and then later killed himself. 4 people were shot inside, and then, of course, 4 were 4 killed inside, 4 killed outside. Let's go to our panel. Xavier Pope, host of Suit Up News, owner of the Pope Law Firm. Also, Teresa Lundy, principal founder, TML Communications. Michael Imhotep, hosts the African History Network. What we're dealing with here, point blank, what we're dealing with here is real simple. And that is, Teresa, a fundamental problem in this country with these mass shootings. If you look at the last 2 weeks, we have had a number of mass shootings, and it just goes to show you how crazy America is with this infatuation with guns.
Yeah, and you would think laws would actually start to get passed so we could stop this senseless violence. But unfortunately, this is where we are. And the innocent lives that were taken at FedEx and the response to it, it also shows what type of protocols that actually need to be in place at a corporate facilitation. Unfortunately, they may, now need to have, the security mechanisms where they are checking for guns and everything else, because apparently, we have people that are not stable, mentally stable, that are working at some of these facilities. So it's very unfortunate that is what's happening here in this country nationally on the conversation as it relates to gun violence. I'm hoping that this tragedy also probably incites some more opportunities for some of these legislators to really step up and do their just due.
I don't believe they're going to do that, Xavier. Bottom line is, look at what's happening in Texas right now. They literally are talking about allowing people to open carry without a license. I mean, Republicans in this country, their philosophy is just guns and guns and guns and guns and guns and more guns. Xavier, we can't hear you. Please unmute, man.
Yeah, it's time to have, instead of worrying about these cultural discussions, Roland, over guns, over race, and over a virus, it's time to actually get into the business of real governing, Roland. I mean, what the Republicans are seeking to have open carry in wherever you want, when we have a gun violence, 147 mass shootings already in 2021 already. And we also have the issue of the fourfold increase in mental health issues in this country since the beginning of the pandemic. And so we don't know what type of world that we're opening ourselves back up to with these increased shootings. And so we have to get into the business of protecting Americans. We shouldn't be getting numb to this. This is a reality. This is people dying. And we have a whole section of our country that's okay with people dying because of COVID, dying because of guns, and dying over police misconduct. It has to stop.
Well, the reality, Michael, is until you do something about this fascination, love affair with guns in this country, we're going to keep seeing these things happen. This is a violent nation. They love and adore their guns.
Well, you know, Roland, Xavier was talking about culture wars. You have to understand the white nationalist party, the GOP. You're dealing with white supremacy and racism, and guns are part of that. If you go back, I think it was 2018, Scientific American had a study that showed there were 300 million guns in the U.S. 300 million guns in the U.S. And at the time, there was approximately, I think, maybe about 320 million people in the country. 78% of Americans don't own guns. 50% of the guns were owned by 3% of the population, overwhelmingly white males. So this is the cultural. This is part of this whole cultural war that the GOP is pushing. The stolen election, the fear of the browning of America, the culture wars, Dr. Seuss, all this is connected together. Hold on to your guns. Okay, they're coming for your guns. And what's interesting in this case right here, there was a late update today from FBI Special Agent Paul Keenan, who talked about this young man. His name has been released, Brian Scott Hole, H-O-L-E. He's 19 years old. He was visited by the authorities in March 2020. His mother feared that he would attempt suicide. Actually, quoting directly from NBC News, in March 2020, the suspect's mother contacted law enforcement to report he might try to attempt suicide by cop. So the authorities go out, they investigate. He had a shotgun. A shotgun was seized at his residence based on items observed in the suspect's bedroom at the time. He was interviewed by the FBI in April 2020. No racially motivated violent extremism ideology was identified during the course of the assessment, and no criminal violation was found. The shotgun was not returned to the suspect. So you're dealing with a number of different issues here, and also mental health is extreme. Mental health is something that impacts people of different races, okay? Not just white people. I want to make that clear. We African Americans, I think all of us suffer from some type of PTSD, okay? I know I suffer from PTSD. It was called President Trump stress disorder. I know I do, okay? But we also have to deal with the mental health issue as well when we deal with a lot of these just senseless shootings, okay? And also it appears that he killed himself also from all the reports right now. So, you know, this is just crazy.
Well, it's absolutely crazy, but again, it goes to show you exactly what is happening in this country. There's just the mental state in this, absolutely a love affair and desire when it comes to guns, but also how different folks were treated. I mean, because look, if this guy hadn't turned the gun on himself, it's a good bet he likely would have been captured and there have been no issues. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.